If you've had pasta primavera before and you're like, it's all right, but like it's kind of missing something, it's not really hearty, it's not really like waving my flag, you're going to want to have this one because it's way better.
It has bison in it.
Holy, give away the whole thing.
It's in the title of the video. I just wanted to be the one to say it.
Well, you said it. Okay, so one of the many reasons, Maddie already gave you one of the reasons. One of the many reasons why this pasta primavera is so much better than your traditional is because it has wild foraged edibles in it. Number one on the list, fiddleheads. If you haven't had fiddleheads before, they have like an asparagus-y vibe to them.
They totally do.
And next stop on the journey here for wild edibles, an asparagus. One asparagus.
One little baby lone asparagus. It's just like,
it's like, hello. Now, mushrooms aren't traditional in this dish, but primavera means spring, and morel mushrooms are up in the spring, so I had to put them in there.
Throw a couple in. It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah, and I like to like just dry them and put them on a shelf for like when the queen comes over and never touch them again.
You serve them to me.
I know, that shows you how much I love you. Yes.
Am I your queen?
You're my baby queen, honey. Look at that. Look at this huge honker.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Isn't it?
It is.
Look at how gorgeous those are.
And you got your little trusty shrooming knife.
Yep, my beautiful little foraging basket.
And then now here we have Noble on special. Yep. We love getting it on special.
Maddie opened her big mouth and told you guys already. Bison is going in this recipe.
Sorry, was that the grounds?
That was the lean grounds.
Ooh.
Yep. So that's what makes this a heartier dish. I never understood when pasta primavera is on the menu in a restaurant. That is not a main. It's vegetables and pasta.
Not.
Where's the protein?
There is like some protein in green peas, but not enough to get by.
That's not enough.
You're gonna be hungry in 2 seconds after that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to go with like some colorful veg here. That's why I chose a red onion. I love a red onion.
I love a red onion because of the color, but I also feel like it has the most kick out of all the onions.
Like raw, you mean?
Yeah, well, even I love them raw cooked anyway.
Okay, good, because I'm growing them in the garden.
I love an onion.
Buckle up. You're getting a lot of them.
I'm growing green, which green onions are like the most mild onion.
Yeah, I love a green onion too.
So you're reserving some, I see, and then you're also going to be cooking some. Is that what's happening here?
Yes, but you're giving away my secrets. I'm only reserving some for a beautiful photo. Because when you cook red onion, it doesn't have that bright, vibrant red color anymore.
It doesn't hold up in the cooking process. That's true.
Yeah, so whenever I'm trying to take a nice photo, I will reserve some of the ingredients to precariously place on top.
I'm going to write that down. Taking Kiki's tips.
Yeah, because you want it to have that really, really nice color. And I also just threw on some frozen peas too at the end because they're so bright.
Ooh, this is food photography 101 with Kiki.
Because things fade. Like food photography, it doesn't look like when you're making food that you're serving to your family because it looks good, but colors fade as a dish sits, especially in the heat. The green is never as vibrant. Going in with quite a bit of garlic. In this dish in particular, you want to have a lot of garlic.
As we always say to you, if a recipe says 2 cloves, you gotta at least put 3. Mm-hmm. No recipe should ever say 2 cloves of garlic.
Sometimes
it's not enough.
No, sometimes I'll go like the whole head. If I have a lot available to me.
Most of the time I do. Whole head unless it's hummus or like something where you're or like a Caesar salad dressing. You don't want to be putting 3 cloves in that. You probably do want to stick to 2.
It's too. I've done it, and it's too much.
It is. That's with you for a week.
Through some toothbrushing too.
I would hope.
No, but even with toothbrushing,
it stays. You get a couple toothbrushes in there. Yeah.
Okay, so here's our mushrooms. And one tip I wanted to offer, first of all, if you're looking for morels, make sure you know what you're doing. That's step 1. So the tip I wanted to offer for the mushrooms is to just salt them. And what that'll do is add some salt to some water and it'll draw out any insects that are hiding in there. And you'll see in the water there's like some floaties and there's some slugs. Discard
Good
that.
tip.
And it won't affect the taste of the mushrooms. Next stop, my own personal garden to get some fresh baby greens. And you can use any greens that you have available to you. That's the great thing about a primavera is any vegetables that are available in spring.
What do we got going here?
So we've got some baby kale. We've got some pea shoots. I specifically will grow peas, not so much for the finished peas in a pod, but just for the shoots.
They are quite flavorful.
The tender shoots. It's like I'm a baby deer. I just want to get in the garden and just eat the little tender shoots.
You eat like a baby deer. You do. Actually, I'd say like a mama deer.
Maddie,
it is more like a mama deer. I'm sorry.
That's so raw. It's
accurate.
It is accurate. I even got some red kale.
Ooh, gorgeous. So there's
Two.
a lot of plethora of colors here.
Yes.
But basically anything that can be grown in spring is welcome in this dish.
Exactly. That's why I kind of find it to be annoying if you order this dish in a restaurant and it comes on your plate and it has like the red bell peppers in it and stuff.
I was going to say, most of the time you do see little red bell pepper in there.
That's not spring.
They
According
just
to my
add
books,
it because of the colors. See, they're cheating.
that
They're
does.
lying.
And zucchini. That's not spring. Zucchini in most areas are available at
Summer.
the end of summer.
Yeah, that's
even.
not, that ain't spring.
No. So I wanted this to be the ultimate Primavera.
You can know based on your tip, they're slug free.
Yes.
They're slug free.
And slugs do like to hide in there.
Oh my
I
goodness.
can't tell you how many times I've cut them in half and there is just a slug right up the center.
Slugs like to hide in lettuce too, and oh my goodness, that will throw you for a loop.
Yeah.
So you got the kettle here.
Yep. So for this recipe, we've got the kettle fired up and we're using a cast iron skillet. And I love doing dishes on the grill in a cast iron skillet. So you might be thinking like, why would I take that extra step? I don't have a cast iron skillet. But you can't get a nice crusty brown exterior on meat in any other pan like you
100%.
can on a cast iron skillet.
I'd like to see anyone say otherwise.
You just
Cast
can't.
iron meats, brown on there, like the brown that is achieved through a cast iron skillet, it just isn't like any other pan.
No, and I love to do it. You could do like if you have a cast iron and you're using it on the stove inside, that's fine. But we both love to use them on the grill because that smoke flavor is wafting. It's wafting all around and it is getting into the dish. It's the perfect amount too. It's not as if you were to cook a steak directly on the grill, obviously, but it still gets in there.
It's
look
just
at that.
lightly in there, but look at
Look at
all
the wafting.
those aromas permeating around.
Yeah.
It's I don't know why this means wafting.
You're going side, I'm going
Cycling.
front. All the angles. But that's what it looks like when you are browning the bison. You have to give it that time where you're not stirring. If you're constantly stirring, it's not going to brown. Get those bits, and you can actually hear when it's ready because it's dry.
You
It's
can
like
smell too.
Yes.
You can totally smell when something's ready to be stirred.
totally.
Is that butter?
That is
Oh,
butter.
sweet heavens, goodness gracious.
And so for this dish, what I love pasta dishes like this because they're not making a sauce in particular. The sauce is from the ingredients itself.
I love the basic, but yet super flavorful.
Yes,
because there's a
and-
lot going on in there.
Absolutely. And so because we've already browned the meat with some avocado oil, you don't have to worry about the butter browning because the oil will prevent that from happening. The oil that's already in the pan. Now we have reserved some of the pasta water that we are going to be using later on.
Pro tip.
And that is what's going to build that sauce. So we've got the mushrooms going in. Give that a little bit of a stir. I can't tell you how incredible this smelled.
That one lone little asparagus.
It made a difference.
Okay, what pasta?
We got some orecchiette.
Ooh, is that Parmesan?
That was Parmesan.
See, like that is the sauce. You don't need things drowning in sauce for it to be flavorful. Ooh, what is it, parsley?
That was parsley, but along with the mixed baby greens.
Oh my goodness. That does look like a plate of spring.
And the lemon zest. And so those brown bits on the bottom, when you deglaze with that, with the pasta water, those brown bits are what's going to turn into the sauce.
My goodness gracious. Anyone would love this dish. I feel like if someone hasn't tried bison yet, this is the entry-level bison dish that you gotta try.
It's super hearty, it's colorful, it's beautiful. I am a huge fan.